Hello, Libra. Welcome to the Untamed Tarot. Now, I apologize for my freaking appearance. I sincerely apologize, but it's been a long day. I had some good news and some bad news, and yeah, it's just a mess right now, but whew. All right, we shall get started with your mid-August reading. Let's see. I'm getting a kind of like happy energy. Well, you know what? First, let's start off by saying let's ask if your spirit guides and guardian angels can also come and speak with my spirit guides and guardian angels so that we can, do the thing. So first things first, you have the Five of Swords. Five of Swords symbolizes defeat. From what I could see here, we're just gonna do 3 cards. So the Five of Swords, from what I could see, symbolizes happiness, a moment of triumph. The Empress here is sitting down, which symbolizes fruition, success, abundance, happiness, glory. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy for you guys. Oh my goodness. So it seems like you guys have overcome something recently. And hold on, let's see what the last one is. The Knight of Wands. Oh my goodness. This is so good. This is so good. Okay. So let me just clarify everything here. So your first card is the Five of Swords. So it suggests that you may tackling something that is, let's see. This is basically saying to you, you need to accept the limits of both victory and defeat, right? So when this card comes to you in a reading, it's basically saying try not to tackle that's too much for you. Let's see, right? So you can see here that one man is victorious and the other men have been defeated, right? And if there is something that's going on right now that might be a little bit too big for you, the best way of dealing with such situations is to take a look at things objectively, in comparison to like what the problem is. Is the problem, like, use your scales here, right? Is the problem greater than you? Is it worth even your time? Or is it actually worth fighting for, right? What are the pros and cons of this situation? And like maybe it's a relationship or work or whatever the case is. Is it most important? Because if it's not as important, then you might just end up putting yourself in a situation where you don't need to be, right? Sometimes it's very hard for you as a Libra to make that rash decision and just be like, you know what? Like sometimes you just don't want to hurt someone's feelings, or, you just don't want to be put into a situation where you turn out to be the bad guy. Right? But this might be a time where if the situation is much more than you can possibly handle, maybe you should be the bad guy and alleviate yourself from that, because it's not going to be worth it in the end. And you're Libra. You guys will find a way to get out of that without any quarreling, right? Or too much quarreling, if that's the case, if quarreling does happen. So don't take on anything that's greater than you can take on right now, right? Yeah. And just be prepared to swallow your pride if necessary. The next card is the Empress. And the Empress, like I said before, symbolizes fruition. Let's see. Maybe there's like an artistic, creative kind of thing that you want to try out. Let's see. So this is a time of abundance, stability, domestic stability, potential, fertility, security, and contentment. And this can be achieved through physical comfort, right? So she suggests that all the satisfaction that you need and all the happiness that you're going to gain is going to come from bringing something to fruition. It's like a birth of something, right? She symbolizes fertility. Everything, like, this is a full crop right here, and she's finna eat. Like, she's hungry. Like, she's gonna go and she's gonna eat. So if the situation is too big for you, or if it's just right, you need to make the conscious decision to know whether or not you can even handle it, right? Because there is something that you're going to need to bring into fruition that might be detrimental if you take on more than what you should, right? What I'm getting here is that you're faced with a lot of challenges at this point in time, and there might be an air of confusion as to whether or not you should continue on with the challenge or if you should just go ahead and do what makes you happy. And when it comes down to it in life, you should always do what makes you happy. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean putting off important things. Sometimes it might mean just not having, just taking the time out to, how'd I say this? Taking the time out to prioritize one thing at a time. You don't have to go after everything all at once, right? But when you do that, when you do take that time out, and when you do prioritize the things that are most important to you, right, and you don't take on too much, you don't have to turn away in defeat, you will be victorious. And this victory is going to bring a whole bunch of what you want to you, right? You're going to be able to create that contentment, that satisfaction, all of this abundance and fertility and growth, and maybe even a creative venture, maybe art or music or dance, vocals, singing, like, this will all come into fruition once you decide to prioritize things in a self-loving way, okay? Don't take on too much more than you can handle, because there's a lot of good things that are going to come to you when you focus on what's right, okay, at the time. Your final card is the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands is mainly about, let's see, let me just double check. All right. Okay, so the Knight of Wands can be connected with the zodiac sign of Sagittarius. Sagittarius people are normally full of enthusiasm, a love of life. They're very excited about everything. They're creative and confident and highly successful. So maybe it's time that you take on that kind of attitude. Maybe you need to take on that positive attitude, because a lot of the times when we're faced with challenges, that might seem overwhelming, we tend to focus on the challenge rather than focusing on the solution and getting through that solution and working through the solution, right? Because we might say, oh my gosh, like, here's a deadline coming up, what am I going to do, this isn't this, I have this due, I have this due, I have, like, this person's telling me this, that person's telling me that, like, this person's treating me this way, that person's, and there's so much going on that it makes you, like, discombobulated, right? And then you try to do everything at once, and it just makes things 10 times worse, right? And sometimes you just, like I said, need to take the time to prioritize and go about things in a positive manner, right? Take on the role of, or take on the take on some optimism and enthusiasm about going after what it is exactly that you're going to prioritize, that's going to make you feel good, right? Because this is the thing about manifesting as well, is that when you focus on the negative, this Empress in your reading symbolizes creativity, symbolizes fruition, symbolizes something that you are creating coming to life, right? And in abundance. So if you're focusing on bad things and negative things, it's going to create that in your life, and you're not going to be able to get away with it. This is why I'm telling you, take the time that you need right now to prioritize everything, the things that make you the most happy and that you feel like you can just check off of your list one by one until you complete everything. You don't have to do everything all at once. And while you are completing this list and you are creating this more content, happy, fruitful, abundant world for yourself, do it in a very positive way. You need to take on a more optimistic and enthusiastic viewpoint on your life right now, right? You might even be moving, or maybe you're switching homes, a job, or even countries, and maybe it's a relationship that, like, you're kind of unwary of, and there's something else that's coming along, and just so many things are happening, right? Like, be a little bit more positive, and with your positivity, you'll be able to change your outcome. You will be victorious. You will not have to turn away in defeat over your own lack of, yeah, your own lack of optimism, right? Because you're creating everything in this world. Your energy attracts everything that you want. So get a better attitude and a more positive attitude, and watch all of your dreams and all of your successes come to life. All right, Libras. I love you guys so much. This is just, I would say, I'm not even gonna call it mid-month. I'm just gonna call it your reading for today. So, yeah. If you'd like to have something a little bit more personal, then feel free to contact me on Instagram. It's RAYNEFAE. Once again, I apologize for coming on the internet looking like this. But girl, like I said, it's been a long day. It's been a long day, and I don't care. I don't care. So, that's that. Yeah, my loves. RAYNEFAE. That's my Instagram. Message me or DM me, and I'll let you know what's up. Also, I will link my Instagram in the description box below. So thank you once again. I love you guys so much. I apologize for my face. Okay, bye.